ओके सो आज की इस एपिसोड में हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं डेटा साइंटिस्ट। हम डायरेक्टली उनके साथ बात करेंगे, जानेंगे कि क्या डेटा साइंस सीखने के लिए क्या हमें डीएसए आना चाहिए, डेटा स्ट्रक्चर एंड एल्गोरिथम, और अगर हमें डीएसए आना चाहिए तो कितना आना चाहिए, मैथमेटिक्स कितना इंपॉर्टेंस रखता है डेटा साइंस में, वो भी जानने की कोशिश करेंगे। और बहुत सारे स्टूडेंट्स का कन्फ्यूजन रहता है कि क्या कौन कौन से ऐसे स्किल्स हमें सीखनी चाहिए डेटा साइंस सीखने के लिए और कितना टाइम में हम डेटा साइंस को सीख सकते हैं। तो आज की इस एपिसोड में हमारे साथ जुड़े हुए हैं बोख्तियार अहमद बापे, who is from the Bangladesh. So we will discuss with him all these questions. So let's kick things off and discuss directly with the Boktair to discover more about his journey. And hey Boktair, how it's going?
Yeah, hi, Sahil. Thanks for inviting me to this awesome podcast, and thank you guys, those who are watching our podcast. And yeah, everything is going well so far. Yeah, what about you?
Yeah, everything is fine. So first up, can you give us a little bit quick introduction about yourself?
Okay. If I give you my introduction a little bit, so I'm working as a data scientist at Anyone. So there I'm already working inside R&D department. That means development team. So I'm already involved with lots of like project development team and all. Simultaneously also I'm doing the mentorship because I'm already involved with lots of courses from iNeuron. If you see, they have launched lots of courses. So I'm also teaching there. So I'm having more than 3 years of working experience in this field, and more than 1.5 years of teaching experience I'm also having. So apart from that, actually, I'm also like running one YouTube channel. So I'm just doing something for the community. Okay. And yeah, so this is what actually I'm doing currently.
Okay. So, can we know something about your journey, like including your educational background and somehow up and downs in your life?
Okay. If I talk about my educational background, it's not very good actually. Actually, I started my engineering in electronics department. So I'm from electronics background actually. So during my engineering, actually, I had interested with this programming and robotics. These are the field actually. So previously, I used to work with robotics. So robotics was my first choice. So I used to work with robotics. Even I had lots of projects related to robots and all. If you visit my profile, you will see I have done lots of projects here. Then I realized actually that time actually I was writing conditional programming. Okay, the condition you will give to your robot, it will only work with respect to that only. So I thought if I can learn this artificial intelligence, so I can also integrate this artificial intelligence with my robotics and all, right? Then I started exploring this data science and all. Then I interested in that field actually. Then I thought I'll move my career to this data science career. Okay, so that's why I switched my career to data science and I started full time here. Yeah.
Okay. I have seen actually a lot of your projects as on you have put on the LinkedIn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that time, I guess it was your connections maybe around 1,000 or something when I got connected with you. So it's so for. So I know something like you have some big achievements from the government. Also, you got some prizes also on your projects, right?
Yes. Yeah, I have lots of awards. Yeah, I have national, international, lots of awards actually. I already have.
Yes. So on that time, I got connected with you.
Okay.
Okay. So let's dive into some commonly asked questions by the students who are aspiring to enter in the field of data science or want to pursue a job in this area, right? So for someone who wanted to kickstart this career, but not having the computer science background, like he's from management background or any other field, can they still have some chance to pursue a career in data science?
Yeah, definitely, because I have seen lots of people actually, they have already done it. Okay, so whether you're from a tech background or non-tech background, it doesn't matter. If you have the passion, okay, if you have, let's say, the dedication, actually, I want to be a data scientist. So what you can do, you can start at least. So there are lots of open source, I think learning is there. You can pick up. First of all, go with the programming language. Okay. So if you want to be a data scientist, if you want to work in the field of data science, so first of all, I will suggest to start with Python at least. So try to master Pythons. After that, what you can do, you can learn statistics, machine learning, deep learning. Okay. Then do some projects. then definitely if you can solve different problem statement, okay, definitely you can be a data scientist also.
So there is a big chance for the other students also who are not from the computer science background, right?
So for them also, I'm telling, first of all, you need to explore something. So first of all, let's start with something at least.
Okay, so another question from the students, mostly commonly questions asked by the students. So it is like, how much DSA, data structure and algorithms, are important? Is it important or not? If it is, how much it should be one focus on?
Okay, see, this is the most actually asked question even I also get from the student side, whether I should be good
Yes.
at this DSA part or not. So I always give one suggestion. Let's say if you want to be a developer, if you want to go for a product-based company, so definitely DSA is required there, because at the end you need to create an application there, you need to create a product there, and that should be optimized product, right? But let's say if you're going for any service-based company, or let's say if you want to work with, let's say, tech company, at a time these are the thing is not required. Okay, if you know basics of them, it's completely fine. But if you're going for FANG company, let's say Google, Amazon, Microsoft, so definitely you should know this DSA part very well. Okay, apart from your programming skill. But those who are starting at least, they're pretty much at least good with these are the concept. So maybe you can at least explore some basics of DSA, like what is linked list and what is let's say binary search, linear search. Okay, if you know these are the thing, at least I think it is more than enough. Yeah.
If someone has applied for the data science post, right? So when they got interviewed, are there are a lot of questions from the DSA, or is it like simple, like some little bit basic questions from the DSA?
Based on the company actually. So let's say you are giving interview to a FANG company. So definitely they will give the question, advanced question they will raise. And if you're like giving the interview, let's say in a smaller company, or let's say in a service-based company, so they may give you some of the basics of problem statement, like how to, let's say, do linear search operation, how to do binary search operation, what is linked list, what is stack queue. Okay, so these are like how these data structure helps us. Okay, so that's kinds of question actually they will give you. But if you're going for, like, let's say FANG company, or let's say any product-based company, so there are lots of concept, advanced concept in DSA. Let's say dynamic programming is there. Okay, then divide conquer technique is also there. So these are the thing actually you need to master at that time. Yeah, and you should have good lead code profile there, because you need to show like, yeah, I have done that much of problem, like you can say problem. Okay, that many of problem I have already completed on that lead code. Okay, so definitely lead code profile will help you a lot in case. Yeah.
So there are also other platforms also, like HackerRank and all, right? Gigs for Gigs also. So they can, code forces are also there, right? So they can also start with that, right?
Yes, they can also start, but I will suggest lead code, because in lead code actually you will see all kinds of question. Okay. And lead code provides actually real-time interview-based question if you check out. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, most frequently used website is lead code, what I can see nowadays. Okay. That's how, if you want to, let's say, explore all the website, you can do it. But try to create the profile on lead code. Okay, that should be beneficial for you. Yeah.
Okay, so moving to the another common question, it's actually a confusion for the beginners who is actually just have started the data science career, right? So it is just how much mathematics is required while starting the data science.
Yeah, again, see, when I started data science at that time, I also used to afraid about mathematics, because I was not good at mathematics. Okay. Then actually when I started exploring, okay, these are the thing, I saw people are only using basics of mathematics here. Okay, if you know basics of linear algebra, if you know basics of statistics, if you know basics of derivative calculus, okay, so I think it's more than enough. The mathematics you have learned in your college days, okay, 11th and 12th, I think that is more than enough. Okay, you don't need to go inside the mathematics. You don't need to deep dive inside the mathematics unless and until you are not going for the research position. Let's say you want to do a research, okay, you want to implement your own algorithm. That time mathematics is very much required. But if you want to be a developer, or if you only want to understand like what is happening inside the algorithm as a high level, so basics of mathematics is completely fine. The same thing actually you learned in your college days, the same thing only. Okay.
So no need to worry about that. I must know about a lot of mathematical concepts, probabilities, statistics, and all, right? So it's not like that much of rocket science, right?
No, it not like that much you need to know. Only if you know the basics of them, it is completely fine. Okay, if you, let's say if you are starting with machine learning, So the first algorithm, you will learn something called linear regression. There you will be seeing like you are using something called linear equation. The linear equation you already learned in your school days. Okay. So yeah, these are the simple mathematics only here. Yeah.
Okay. While applying for the data science job, does CGPA really matters?
CGPA, okay. Actually, see, to be honest, when I, let's say, completed my graduation, okay, or let's say whenever I was looking for jobs, the first thing actually, the main thing actually I realized there, if you have the proper skill set, okay, if you have the proper skill set, the specific domain you are working, let's say I'm working in the field of data science, okay. I already know machine learning, deep learning, NLP, computer vision. These are the thing. I can implement a product. I can implement a projects. Okay. So if you know these are the thing, I think CGPA doesn't matter a lot, because CGPA, having CGPA, it's a good thing. Okay. If you have CGPA, it's a good thing because you have something to showcase from your educational background. Okay. Maybe some of the company, they will look into the CGPA. Okay. Just for like background verification and all. But still, if you have like good skill set, okay, then others, maybe it doesn't matter a lot, because I never asked like what was your CGPA in your college days and all, right? So let's say there is a two candidate, one candidate having, let's say, good experience in the field of the data science. He can work with any kinds of projects. Another candidate having like, let's say, good CGPA, but he doesn't have that much of experience. He doesn't code like how to do it and all, right? So definitely that candidate will be hired who is having like more experience in this field. Okay. He can solve any kinds of problem statement. So this is the matter actually in a company. Okay, so if you have the proper skill set, if you have a good profile, let's say online profile and everything, so definitely nobody will ask about your CGPA. Yeah.
So I actually always told to my students also, don't focus on the CGPA that much. You should focus on your skills. Like first, you need to learn the data science skills. It's not that much of important like your CGPA. You are getting depressed like, I will not get a job, I have a low CGPA, like that. So it's not like that. It doesn't work like that, right? So it's not that much of important.
Yeah, but see, I'm not telling no need to focus on the CGPA, because it is also required if you are like doing something, if you are like, let's say, learning something from anywhere. So definitely you should have a good results at the end, right?
Yeah.
So you should also focus on your study. Okay. But don't rely on that CGPA. Let's say I want the CGPA and I won't be doing anything else, right?
Yes.
Don't do it. Just try to see, like gaining CGPA, it's like very easy. If you are attending your classes regularly, if you're doing your homework regularly, right? If you are giving the exam a good way, so definitely you will have a good CGPA, right? But the thing is, like, you need to work on your skill set. That is the thing here. Because in industry, people will be look for the skill set only, not your CGPA a lot, right? So having CGPA, it's a good thing, but try to focus on the skill. That should be my suggestion always. Yeah.
So coming to the next question, which is very important. A lot of students have asked this question, right? So what are the essential skills to need to pursue a career in the data science?
Yeah, so the first thing I always suggest, the programming skills. So you should have the programming skills. So if you want to be a data scientist or working in the field of data science, so first of all, start with Python programming, okay? Because you can explore other programming as well, but Python is having, let's say, community support and all the like data science tools and technology, everything is coming inside Python only. So you should focus on the Python. Try to at least learn till object-oriented programming, because advanced programming is required whenever you will be developing a product or developing a project. So there you will be doing the modular coding and all, right? So definitely advanced programming is required. Apart from that, you should good at least statistics part, because you will be working with the data in data science. So you should understand the data, what data is trying to tell me, right? So for this, actually, statistics part is required. In statistics, you will get lots of concept, but no need to focus on like entire concept. Get some basics of idea. Okay, basics of statistics, if you know, it's completely fine. Then you should know the probabilities, okay? Yeah. Because some of the machine learning algorithm like having these kinds of probability concept. So you should know at least probabilities. Then after that, try to start with machine learning part. Okay. So whenever you will be learning machine learning, you will see some of the algorithm is there. First of all, try to learn the theoretical part. Then try to understand the practical part. Like if I have learned something theoretical, how to implement that thing with a practical, right? So pick up a different data set. There are lots of websites that are available. Kaggle is there. Okay. Then there are lots of websites you will see. Okay. They'll provide like free notebooks and data. Pick up anything. try to do the analysis, okay, by yourself, then definitely will get the idea how to do it and all. Then once you feel like, okay, I'm comfortable with machine learning, I can solve any kinds of problem statement, you can move to the deep learning part, because deep learning is like more advanced, okay, because here we are trying to build neural network and all, right? So if you know basics of deep learning, then you can start with, let's say, computer vision or NLP. Nowadays also generative AI also came, okay, because people are using these are the things, these are the technology only. So you should always upgrade yourself with the technology. It's not like that you have learned machine learning, you need to rely on that only, because in the job market there are lots of competition, okay. People have different experience, so you should also gain the experience. You should also gain the different skill set, right? So focus on the learning every day. Try to learn a new things, okay?
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, will see you have gained lots of skill, okay, in yourself. Yeah.
So there are like new technologies are coming, like LLM and all. I see a lot of videos that you have created on LLM, right? So is it really worth if someone is currently aspiring a data science and he's also learning that part also?
Yeah, definitely, because I think recently you saw there are lots of application came, very powerful application came, like say ChatGPT, Google Bard. Then recently Sora has also came. If you give any text prompt, it will create a realistic video for you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So definitely these are the technologies replacing, like say, lower, kinds of tasks. Let's say you are doing supporting, you are working as a support system. Let's say you are working as a support guy. So now actually you have these kinds of LLM model. With the help of LLM model also, I can handle the support system. If you are having any kinds of query, if you are getting any kinds of error, definitely LLM can solve that particular task. Okay. So definitely you should know these are the technology. You should work with the LLM and all, so that your job won't be replaced, okay, by these kinds of technology. So you should focus on that generative AI also, because this is the future. Okay, these are the highest technology so far, and in future this technology will become like very giant thing, okay, in the field of data science. So definitely you should know these are the thing. Yeah,
I have gone a lot of videos on YouTube, but they're saying like this is the complete roadmap, like for 6 months to become a data science, for 3 months to become a data science. So can someone secure a job in 6 months? Is it possible by learning 6 months and to get a job in data science?
yes, it is possible if you have the proper, let's say, guideline. If you have the proper dedication, let's say you have started something. If you are giving time, daily basis on that particular topic, so definitely 6 months is more than enough learning anything. Even when I started learning, I also completed around 6 to 1 year only. Okay. So yeah, so it is possible if you have, like, let's say, proper guidance, and if you have proper dedication. So definitely you can also complete within 6 months. Okay, everything can be complete. Okay, but sometimes actually people will say you can become a data scientist within 3 months, 2 months, but this thing actually would be a little bit difficult for you. Okay, because whenever you are exploring something, that technology needs some time. Okay, if you want to be a pro with that technology, so it's required sometimes. So definitely you should spend some time. The more time you will be spending with the technology, the more good actually you will be understanding that particular technology. So don't be hurry. Start something, give some time. Okay, do something in that technology. So definitely it will return you something at the end. Yeah.
What are the best platforms to learn these technologies? Like, people are suffering a lot of, they don't have actually, if we talk about the students, they don't have enough money to spend on their skills, right? But they have their money to spend on their degree, which is totally, I think, useless nowadays. All matters is actually the skills, right?
Yeah.
So what's your suggestion to the students, like which platform they need to choose to learn these skills?
Okay, the first thing I will suggest, actually start with any free resources first of all, because if you're a beginner, so definitely you will have lots of confusion. So try to go with any kinds of free resources. Whatever free resources you feel like, okay, I'm understanding this part. Okay, I'm understanding this particular, let's say, I'm following one YouTube channel, let's say. If I'm able to understand that particular, let's say, lecture, try to focus on that one. Try to complete the entire playlist. Then try to realize whether you have learned something or not. Still, if you feel like, okay, there is something missing, what you can do, you can go with some paid courses, because nowadays there are lots of paid courses are available, affordable education is also available. Okay. Personally, let's say I'm working in Unravel, so we are providing also lots of, let's say, affordable education there. Okay, lots of course you will see with a low of cost, and it's a high quality education here. Okay, so definitely it's your choice whenever you are enrolling for any kinds of course. First of all, try to see the course, try to see the review. Okay, what people are doing, or whether people are getting something or not. Then try to realize. Okay, if you are spending your money, definitely you have the capability. Yeah, you can verify actually whether this course is fine for me or not. Okay, but start with any free resources first of all, then try to realize whether I should take a paid course or not. Yeah.
Okay. So here I want to say something because I see some courses on the Coursera, right? Or Udemy is also there. iNeuron is also there. So there are some free courses that you can first quick start with on the Coursera. Like there is some IBM Data Science Professional Certificate or Google Data Analytics Certificate. You can quick start with that thing. And after that, when you have some basic understanding of the data science and all, then you can move to the paid courses and you can learn a lot, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, let's move to the next question.
Okay, see, whenever I'm talking about data scientist, so he's having lots of responsibility, definitely, because he has to first of all understand the problem. With respect to that, design the entire things actually. Let's say if I'm working any kinds of on any kinds of projects, first of all, I need to understand the problem statement from the client, what they want, okay, from my side. Then with respect to that, I need to design a pipeline. Okay, I need to design a application so that application would be a robust application for them. Okay, it should not, let's say, include lots of cost. It should not give, let's say, lots of time. So definitely, I should focus on these are the things. Then what I need to do, I need to work with the data part. Okay, whether I'm having, let's say, available data or not. Okay, this data set is suitable for this task or not. Okay, then after that, you need to analyze this particular data. Okay, you need to gain the insight of the data. Okay, after that, you will be building the model. You will do the evaluation of the model. After doing the evaluation, you will be testing the model. Okay, with the different test cases, whether this model is failing somewhere or not. Okay, if it is failing, again, you need to return that particular model. Once everything is completed, you also need to take care about the deployment. Okay, so whenever this model will go to the production server, so definitely people will be using your application. So how you can manage this entire pipeline? Okay, so nowadays there are lots of things has came. Let's say MLOps also came. Okay, machine learning operation. So with the help of machine learning operation, you can automate these are the process. So okay, so you have, like, let's say different actually responsibility. Okay, in a company, there is no fixed thing actually you will be doing. So if you want to be a data scientist, so you should have knowledge on each and everything. Let's say data part, how to train the model, how to process the data, how to do the deployment, okay, how to manage this server, how to apply MLOps on top of it. Okay, so everything you should have the idea. But let's say if you are working as a machine learning engineer, at the time you will be doing the exploratory data analysis, doing the feature engineering, okay, training the model, gaining some experience. Okay, so that's how you'll be working. Let's say you are a data analyst, or let's say business analyst. What you need to do, you need to understand the data, you need to gain the insight, and you need to make a story to the stakeholder. So this is your responsibility. Let's say if you're a big data engineer, you will be handling the data pipeline there. Okay, so everyone having, let's say, different job responsibility in a company. Okay, yeah. It depends upon the company. If this company size is small, so definitely you will have lots of working activities. And let's say if this company is bigger, so you will have one specific working activities. Okay, so this is the thing.
Okay, so is it kind of separate thing like data scientist versus data analytics? Is there are two different fields?
Yeah. So data analytics, see, whenever I'm talking about data analytics, so they doesn't know about, let's say, algorithm part, like how to apply algorithm and all. Okay, so these are the advanced thing. I mean, they don't know actually. They will be only working with the data. They will be only creating the dashboards and all. Okay, and based on that, actually, they will be raising the historical, I think, representation of the data. Okay, so this is their task. They will be working with Tableau, Power BI, Excel. Okay, so these are the technology they will be working on. But whenever I'm talking about data scientist, so there are lots of advanced actually concept comes. Let's say ML, DL, NLP, CV. Okay, so these are the things come. So again, this thing actually a little bit advanced apart from your data analyst position. Yeah.
Okay. So data scientist is always advanced version, we can say, of data analytics, right?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so lastly, can you provide some valuable tips or advices for beginners who are just starting their career?
Yeah, so valuable tips would be whether you are from tech or non-tech background, the first thing you need to do, start something, okay? Let's say if you want to be a data analyst or data scientist or machine learning engineer, anything, the first thing, try to learn the programming language, okay? Start with Python, try to master Python. After that, start with, let's say, statistic, okay? Then probabilities, basics of mathematics, try to learn. After that, try to choose like which field you want to work on. Let's say you want to be a data scientist, or let's say data analyst or big data engineer, or let's say machine learning engineer. Try to choose your domain or try to choose your field. With respect to that, you can start learning. Let's say I want to be a data scientist. First thing what I will do, I will explore ML part. Once ML is complete, I will start DL part. Once DL is complete, I will start CV, NLP, generative AI, and so on. But if you want to be only data analyst, what you can do, you can explore this Tableau, Power BI, Excel. Okay, so these are the things actually which is used in the company frequently. Okay, so yeah, and you also need to know the databases and all, because you will be working with the databases. So SQL is also an important topic here. Okay, you also need to know the SQL part, like how to do the query operation on top of the database, how to retrieve the data. Okay, so everything you should familiar with at least. Yeah.
Okay, so one more thing, I have heard this from the YouTube that if you want to get a job in data analytics or data science, you must have a MS master's degree or PhD degree, is it?
This thing actually depends upon the company and the position. Let's say if you're applying for, let's say, manager, or let's say, I mean, some higher level position, that time definitely education degree is required there, because again, you will be leading a team there. So definitely you should have some good educational background. Okay. But whenever I'm talking about, let's say, some development position, or let's say some smaller position, okay, so definitely it is not required. If you have the proper skill set, okay, definitely you can, work with the team. It's completely fine. Yeah.
Okay, so let's close so today's podcast. So thank you so much, Boktair, for joining with us today and sharing your valuable insights into the world of data science. It has been an enlightening conversation. So thank you so much to our listeners also, and thank you so much for joining with us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you, Sahil, for inviting me to this awesome podcast. And thank you, guys. And always remember, consistency is the key here. If you have the consistency, so definitely you can be anything. But if you don't have the consistency, okay, in yourself, if you're starting something, and if you're, let's say, if you live this thing actually, okay, so definitely it would be very much difficult for you to reach your goal. So try to start something and try to complete. Okay, at least try to complete whatever you started. Okay, so at the end of the day, you will see, you will get the success for sure. Yeah.
Consistency is the key, guys. Remember always this thing.